Welcome to PK Glitz, home of Jammie classes. We want to thank you for joining us today and also want to remind you to visit our website so that you'll really know what's up to date, what's hot, and what's going on. And we want to remind you to be sure and get to the store where you'll find a complete line of all the products that you'll need for the classes. We've got a wonderful line of projects, cards, all kinds of things lined up for you this season. So, without further ado, let's get started. You're going to flip over our new Santa card. Now, isn't he cute? We're using two acetates, one without color and one with, and it makes a wonderful card. So let's look at what we're going to need in order to make this project. First of all, we are going to need our Santa acetate. You get 4 images on each sheet, so you can make 2 cards with each one. You're going to need some red and some white cardstock. For my little message bar that you see along the side there, I did use my gold embossing powder and my anti-static along with my little anti-static brush. We're going to use our sticky tape in order to put everything together, and then the colors that we used on that project are here. We used steel, crystal, China red, and desert sand in the glitter glitz. But then we added 2 of our new items, our moon dust in gold and crystal. And the difference you'll see very readily when you look at Santa's face and beard. His fur is done in the glitter glitz, but his beard and his belt buckle are done in the gold. It's a much softer, satiny type look. I think you'll really enjoy it. Also, it's going to help us is going to be our glue. We use a clear drying glue, our bone folder, and other than that, we're ready to go. All right, our Santa acetate comes with 4 images on each sheet. We're going to take 2 of those images and cut them in 4-inch circles. This is going to be a part of our card. Now, one of the images on the back side, remember that's the dull side, we're going to add our crystal lacquer or your clear drying glue in the same manner that we did on our Jammie class glitter on acetate. You simply add your glue in the area that you want a particular color, then you come over, add your glitter into that area, and you just keep going back and forth until your image is completely covered. Now, the 2 new things we're going to do on this image, however, is we are going to use our moon dust crystal for his beard, and we're going to use the moon dust gold for his buckle, just for a little bit of different look. Now, when we get through, and we'll pretend we just pulled this one right out of the oven, he's going to look just like this. You've got your glitter all on the back. We do have our moon dust here and on his beard, and when we turn him over, we get a real bright, fun look. So now we're going to have one Santa Claus that's glittered and one that is not. These are the 2 components of our card. And remember, we cut these into 4-inch circles. Now, I suggest that you put your glitter on first because you're going to let that dry while we go ahead and cut our other pieces out. On our cardstock, we're going to need a piece that is 6 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. So we've got 6 1/4 this way by 5 1/2 inches. Now you're going to come in 2 5/8 inches, and if you want to make a small pencil mark you can, but we just make a little dot there. We're going to score this, and then 2 5/8 inches in from the other side. Once again, just make a little mark. Then you can come down and simply use your score. Use your little bone folder and score both of those lines. Now we need to know where the exact center of our piece is. So if we're 6 1/4 wide, that means 3 1/8 inch. We're going to make a little dot right there in the center of our paper. Then we're going to turn, and because we're 5 1/2 inches, 2 3/4 inches is going to be a little dot. Those should line up, and that will be the exact center of our piece. Now, when we cut our circle that is going to become our flip on our piece, we'll know exactly where to place our little pre-cut piece here. We'll just put that dot right in the middle of our circle, okay? And then I'm going to do a 4 1/4 inch circle now. Cut this one. It's going to be just a tiny bit larger than the ones that we cut for our Santa. We also need to cut 2 white pieces as well. Again, 4 inch on the white cardstock and on the Santa, 4 1/4 inch on the red cardstock itself. Now with that dot right there in the center, I don't want to cut this center section right here. That's going to be my fold. So I only want to cut this outside edge. So I'm going to start my little cutter bar here where it will just start right there at that fold. And I'm going to come on around. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to start my cut where it will be right on that folded area. Or that scored area, I should say, and come right on around over to my score down here. Okay? Then we are going to fold our piece on that score. We want it to be nice and square, so we'll be sure we do that. And then we're going to do this one actually the other direction. And if you didn't quite make that, you can just come in with a little pair of scissors, and we can just cut right. I was just a little bit shy there, so we'll just cut that a little bit, and this one we're going to fold back the other direction. Okay, so now that should give us our flippable card. Okay, just like so. And that's not going to matter because we're going to put a little bit of our white cardstock over the center of that. So now let's take our circles and we're going to tape those right over that circle on both sides. Now once we've put our tape on the back of our circles, we're just going to center them right in that area. Okay, so now we've got our white circles on both sides of our piece. Now we're going to add our Santa Clauses. Now this is the one that we did that had the glitter already on it. Of course we'll take our little brush and brush away anything that's extra. And you can add this one of two ways. You can either do it with little bits of leftover Wonder Film. That's always a great adhesive. You can do it with the very same glue that you actually put your glitter on with. That's also a great adhesive. Or like I'm doing here, you can just use a little bit of your sticky tape, and that will work fine too. You do want to be sure that your piece is absolutely dry, because that way your tape will fit on it very well. We'll just pull away those little extra bits just like so. And then we want to line him up, so we want to be right there in the center. And we'll just put our little Santa Claus right on like so. Okay. Now we're going to flip him over because we're going to put our other little Santa that we cut in that 4-inch circle. We're going to put him on there as well. I was looking for that dull side, that side that I could feel. And once again, you can still use your same tape, but choose areas that have image on them. Don't do the clear areas in here. Choose an area that already has a little bit of image on it, and that way it won't show through then when you put it on your piece. And this one as well. And then once again, you want to try and make him about the same relationship. In other words, we don't want to skew him. Make him stand up just like the other one did. That'll make it look more magical when you flip him. Okay? And there we go. Now we don't see because we put that in the darker areas. So now when we flip our Santa, now isn't that cute? Now what we're going to do is on this side, which is the black and white side, we're also then going to add our little Happy Holidays bar. So let's go ahead, take a little bit more of our double-sided sticky tape, and we'll put a couple of little runs of that on there. Our double-sided sticky tape by PK Glitz has a paper core, so it tears very, very easily. We don't have to get our scissors out every time we want to take a section of tape. Just to tear it with our fingers. Now we'll center this along the side, just like that. Now, are you flipping for our Santa or what? Is that not the cutest thing? And a fun way too to stand your card up, I found later on, you can just fold this little section forward and this section forward, and that's a great way to look at your holiday piece when you have it on the mantle or you're saving it for your other holiday guests to see. Just a real fun project. hope that you have enjoyed it, that you will get your friends to come and watch some of our projects the next time. And don't forget, you always can find the ingredients for all of our items in the PK Glitz store. We hope to see you next time. Thank you for joining our Jammie class today. Wasn't that fun? Be sure to go to the website and join our email family. As email family members, you'll receive Jammie class updates, coupons, new product information, and much, much more. We look forward to seeing you again next time.